So, it's that time of the year. Lots of shopping, lots of parties, lots of gifting. At least, that's what we imagine people do, since we don't formally celebrate this end-of-the-year holiday season ourselves, nor do we really participate in the culture of exchanging gifts. But if you do, you would probably want to give great gifts that your friends and family will actually love.
Before we share 10 product recommendations that could just be your next great gift idea, here are 5 of the best advice we've come across on how to give great gifts. Giving great gifts almost always require a certain level of understanding about the recipient. If you want to give not just good, but great gifts, then the most obvious tip would be to stay observant and pay attention. Listen when the people around you talk about their favorite things or hobbies to find out what are some things they may want or need, and take note of things they already own to get an idea of what their tastes are like.
To make your life easier, every time you make an observation or come across an item you think would make a great gift for someone, note it down, be it on a physical notebook or on a note-taking app. The few seconds it takes to note these ideas down every now and then will save you lots of headaches in the long run when gifting season arrives, because you have a list of ideas to rely on. But what are some specific things you may want to pay attention to?
One idea is to pay attention to what frustrates them the most. What are some things they complain about all the time?
Buying a gift for a guy, what often makes them want to curse and swear?
For example, if your partner is constantly complaining about all kinds of pains from working at the desk all day, maybe getting something ergonomic that can alleviate those pains will be helpful. Something that can help reduce frustration in a person's life will usually turn out to be a pretty good gift.
Another idea is to think of things a person may want or need but doesn't necessarily consider as high priority. One gift idea that many on the internet seem to agree is a good choice is nice bath towels, which kind of makes sense since everyone needs bath towels, but not many may consider them to be high priority. We know we use bath towels to the point where they are old, torn and tattered. So while a nice set of bath towels may not seem like a particularly exciting gift, they would most likely be put to good use.
The final tip applies not only when you're the recipient, but also as the gifter, and that is to lower your expectations. As the gift giver, we sometimes think a good gift must be exciting and make the other party cry tears of joy when they receive it. But obviously, that's not always realistic. We don't think a good gift has to be outstanding, it just has to be meaningful or useful to someone. So try to enjoy and be thoughtful about the process of picking gifts, but don't try to control outcomes that are beyond your control. Remember, the gift is not for your feelings or satisfaction, it's for the person receiving the gift.
The Mordeco Revov is effectively a box, although it is a pretty nice box. It has a minimalistic exterior, but the magic happens when you open it. The lid, as the name suggests, revolves with a simple but clever magnetic mechanism. It's satisfying to just fiddle with the revolving lid and actually makes putting clutter back in their place something to look forward to. The choice of either a light or dark colorway means it would fit well with most spaces. Mordeco also offers personalized engraving options, but we like ours plain and clean. The Orbitkey Key Organizer is another item that takes a functionally simple concept and elevates it with premium materials and good design. It eliminates jangling and bulk from conventional key rings and can help prevent scratches when placed in pockets with other delicate items. We've talked about Orbitkey on the channel a couple of times before, so do check out those videos for more information.
In the past, we would use whatever we have lying around as a makeshift standing desk, which is obviously not ideal. The MOFT sit-stand laptop desk is a sturdy mobile standing desk that could be useful for those who are still working from home or for that someone who's always bringing work back home. When not in use, it folds up to the size of a magazine and tucks away nicely without taking up much space. It also offers 4 other positions for a laptop or tablet for extra functionality, but the star of the show for us would have to be the standing mode. Anyone who has to do a lot of typing on a regular basis will appreciate having a good keyboard. Our pick for a fully assembled pre-built is the Halo series from Nuphy. Nuphy's keyboards have always been of fine quality from my experience, even though we are not always their target audience when it comes to some of their more quirky design choices and color schemes. But from a purely product point of view, the Halo65 works fantastically out of the box. And this time, it comes with extra keycaps so you can customize how loud or understated you want the final build to be. And that alone makes it so much more appealing to a wider audience.
Super Cubes are simple but genius food-grade silicone trays that allow you to freeze food in perfect portions. It's stackable and saves space in the freezer. It's oven-safe, so you can bake with them. It's just a wonderful tool for anyone who cooks or meal preps a lot. As someone who enjoys spending time in the kitchen, it has made my life so much easier. This may not be the most essential tool in a modern home cook's kitchen, but for that someone who's looking to elevate their cooking game, this beautiful mortar and pestle from KROK, handmade by craftsmen in Thailand, may just be the gift for them. We actually did a blind taste test for fun, and we were able to distinguish between a dish where the spices were prepared with versus without the mortar and pestle. So they're not just beautiful to look at either. For those who prefer the feel of pen and paper, Chai Sunrise is a Singapore-based company that makes guided journals that prompts you with different thought-provoking questions every day, and also weekly planners that combine elements of productivity and mindfulness. The journal and planner work in tandem for a 6-month period, but they are undated, so they make for a good gift all year round. Yours Skincare's sunscreen can be a stocking stuffer to encourage people around you to protect and care for their skin, something everyone knows is important, but many still don't see as a priority. This spray-on sunscreen has a light texture and is easy to reapply. Your Skincare is a brand that's committed to sustainability and transparency. If you would like to learn more, check out our video on skincare.
The Redmi Pad is a relatively inexpensive tablet that we'll consider getting for our parents, a niece or nephew, or anyone who enjoy having a larger screen for a secondary device. Watching videos, reading an ebook, or referring to recipes in the kitchen are all very enjoyable on this larger display. It has very sensible specs to get it down to this price, but one thing is missing is active pen support. So you may want to look at something a little more expensive if doodling and creating art are a priority. On the contrary, if you think everyone's a little too glued to their screens these days, then go back to basics with a beautiful deck of playing cards from Miscellaneous Goods Company. Spruce it up even more with a leather case, and it can make for a premium stocking stuffer. The next time you gather with family and friends, enjoy a good old game of cards and get everyone off those pesky screens. As much as we like to not think about it, the holiday season typically generates a ton of waste. All of us collectively throw out more trash during this period than any other time of the year. Much of it comes from all the fun but mostly useless gifts being thrown away by people who don't actually want them. Hopefully, we've given you some ideas on how you can give more thoughtful gifts that will be put to good use rather than ending up in the trash a couple of months down the road. Anyway, we hope you have a wonderful holiday season filled with delicious food and great times with the people you love. Cheers, and we'll see you in our next video.